the f? Look at, this is what happens when you don't do shit yourself. What's up guys, Geoff Kudlacz, AKA Jeffrey Dollars, and welcome back to the foundation house. The house is ready, it is completely done, and the after renovation areas in the house look fantastic, and I can't wait to show you everything. And one thing about this house is that we weren't able to grab the after footage and show you everything directly after the project because the market is so hot right now that the first day that we put it on the market, we went ahead and got an offer over asking price, and we're currently under contract. And we're scheduled to close here in about a week. And so now we've got some time and we can show you the after footage here as well. So behind me is the living room space that came out just absolutely great. We were able to refinish these hardwood floors to a really dark walnut color and really brighten up the walls in here with a bright white color scheme. And we've got a ton of natural light that comes through and shines in here for the new homeowner. We added some recessed lighting in here, and we were able to open up the wall between the kitchen and the living room area to create a more open concept for the homeowner.
I say this in every episode, but I love the way that this house came out because I do everything good. All my renovations are top notch. Orange walls, really dark, dated. The kitchen wasn't great, the floors look like crap, and now it's the complete opposite. There's a really good feeling of satisfaction when you walk into a house completely finished, knowing what it looked like before you stepped into it.
So down the hall, we have most of the bedrooms, and we've got the hall bathroom right here, which came out absolutely great. Before, we had to rip out all of the tile that was on the wall. We did new drywall, new flooring, and we went with our diagonal subway tile shower surround. New vanity in place, new toilet. This entire bathroom is brand new, and it really shows with the white and the black color scheme and the new flooring as well. So this just kind of added to the features of the house that made it sell so quickly. And so down the hallway, we've got 3 bedrooms, including the master. We've got 2 separate individual bedrooms right here, and then the master is off to my left right here. And the master is what I think was one of the bigger selling points of the house, not just because of the room, but if you take a look at the shower, we really did not skimp or save money on these costs because the master bedroom is where the homeowner is going to live, and they're gonna spend most of their time. And so what we did is that we went ahead and ripped out everything that was there before, and we added a dual shower head and a really nice color scheme to the bathroom. Dual shower heads is one thing that we always try to add if possible, but sometimes in every renovation it doesn't really suit the specific house, but we were able to add it right here. And we've got our soap shelf right here, which kind of adds to a feature of the house. And then we've also got the tile floor, the black tile floor down here. Buyers really love this, and we know that because our product goes off the market super quick.
So if you remember, this bathroom was a DIY project gone wrong. There was plumbing everywhere, there was fixtures, and it just didn't really make sense. It was kind of like a Frankenstein. And normally we wouldn't put a dual shower head in there because the price point for the neighborhood didn't really match an upgrade like that. And so we just kind of finished the project, made it a dual shower head, and then that again is another selling point feature of the house.
All right guys, so now we're gonna go down to the basement and check out one of the main focus areas of the house. After we purchased the house, we discovered that it needed a little bit more work, and so we added a 10 to 20% budget contingency plan in place because not only does that cover unforeseen costs, but it also allows us to make a profit in addition to spending that extra money. So we're gonna go check out the basement now and see the foundation work that was done. Okay, we are down in the post-renovation, post-foundation work basement. This was one of the problem areas of the house that we didn't account for. We had the entire house inspected by a structural engineer and did all of their recommendations, which was bracing the entire wall because it was caving in on itself. And we also added a sump pump behind me to carry the water away from the house. And that sump pump starts right here and goes to the entire length of the house all the way around the side, because what this does is that water was settling behind the foundation wall, and that's why it was caving in on itself. We also added this is called water shield, and what it does is that should any water get through any cracks on the other side, it's going to not be able to penetrate this water shield right here, and it goes down into the sump pump, and then the sump pump carries it out to the rest of the yard. And so that was one of the costs that we had to do, is about $7,000 extra in the budget, but again, we accounted for it, so we were able to still make a profit once this house actually does close.
I think one of the bigger selling points of the house was that we were able to not only finish the renovation upstairs, but in the basement, we were able to create it as a functional space that the homeowner doesn't have to worry about any problems, whether it's water or foundation issues. They can now utilize that as another floor to the entire house.
All right, back up from the basement, and we are in my favorite part of the house, the kitchen. The kitchen looks absolutely fantastic. We went full renovation on the kitchen. We were deciding whether or not we were gonna keep the cabinets and actually just paint them, but to get absolute top dollar, which it showed because this house went under contract so quickly, we did not spare an expense. We have brand new kitchen cabinets, we have brand new countertops, new subway tile backsplash, new hardware, new appliances, new flooring. This entire kitchen is brand new. And in the beginning, we were deciding whether or not we were going to rework the kitchen, but functionality-wise, it didn't really make sense, so we just kind of put it back to what it was with opening this wall right here. So before, the wall had come out to about right here, and there was just a doorway over here. So we took out as much as we could while keeping the structural integrity of the house intact, but also adding a brand new cooking and eating space. So the kitchen is what sold this house, and I'm super excited with how everything came out.
I just walked into the kitchen and everything, the budget, just throwing all the money at it, and it really paid off.
All right, so now that we're done with the kitchen, let's go ahead and check out the rest of the main living areas, plus the additional bedroom that we were able to add to not only increase the square footage, but increase the value of the house as well. One part of the living area that I wasn't able to mention over here is that we've got the formal dining area over here with the centerpiece Sputnik light. And so that's just another area that the homeowner can go ahead and have a dining space to eat at. So
the house is massive without all of the junk in there. The feeling of the house once everything is removed and we've opened up walls or we've added a new template to the house, we've created some more lighting in there. It just feels bigger, brighter, and more livable.
This was another cool feature of the house. We were able to add, like I said, a fourth bedroom and close this off in here. We did have closets in here plus egress windows, so this does technically qualify as a bedroom, and we were able to market it as such, which really increased the value. And I think that was another reason why this home went under contract so fast.
So everybody who is looking for a 4-bedroom house can now look at our house. Anybody who is looking for a 3-bedroom house now has a 4-bedroom house that they're also looking at. And whether it's going to be a home office or another bedroom, the homeowner now has that ability to choose what they want. And for us, it increased the resale value because now we're playing in the 4-bedroom house price range versus the 3-bedroom house.
All right, so last part of the house of the renovation on the inside is the living area space that we're standing in right now. This is living area space number 2, and it really flows well because you've got direct access to the kitchen, you've got direct access to the 4th bedroom, the formal dining area, as I just pointed out, and it's got the center focal point fireplace, plus the beams right above my head, which we did nothing special on these. All we did was just paint them an accent color, and we were able to increase the perceived value of the house. So our entire color scheme works. We know that it works because we have tried it and tested it time and time again with different homeowners, different buyer pools, and every time, this is why our houses sell so fast and for such high prices.
Well, I'll tell you how good our product is. So this house sold before it was even officially on the market because our agent put a pre-sale sign in the yard. We had a phone call based off somebody who had driven by it. They were selling a house and they liked the neighborhood, so they ended up putting an offer on it before it was even on the market. And it was just confirmed by them walking through the house, loving it, and the deal ended up closing.
So that is the entire inside of the house. We can't go outside right now because it is freezing here in Kansas City and the wind chill's at like -15. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna peek through the sliding glass doors over here and just kind of talk about a few of the things that we did over here. One of the things that we were thinking about in the beginning is tearing down the shed that you see behind me, but after a little bit of thought, we decided that the homeowner is gonna need a place to store all of their outdoor lawn equipment or anything that they don't wanna keep inside the house. We removed all of the trash and all of the junk that was on the porch, power washed it really well, and then we added a fresh coat of stain, and it really brightened the place up. So now the homeowner has not one, not two, but 3 full-size decks in the backyard, and this is really a nice space for them to come out and enjoy when the weather gets nice.
So if you want to make a deck look bigger, just remove all the junk.
All right, now that the renovation's done, none of that matters until the house actually sells and closes. Now, one of the things what we were able to do and why we scaled this business so high to 5 houses a month is that we are able to use a technique called OPM, using other people's money. Now, Geoff, what is OPM? OPM is using a private lender's funds to fund the entire renovation project using none of our own money. And then once the house sells, they get a profit share. And that is why this technique is so powerful and something that we teach to use over and over again. So what are the actual numbers? Okay, so we purchased this house for $185,000. We renovated it for $45,000. Now, paying our investor back, we are going to list the house at $295,000. Now, day one, we received an offer, which we accepted, which we're under contract for $299,000. Now, after paying our investor back and closing costs and commissions, we stand to make a profit of over $55,000. Now, like I said, this is just one house of about 5 that we do each and every month.
I mean, this is how far that you can scale this business if you consistently reinvest all your profits and you are able to scale, you're able to find other private money lenders. You can source deals, renovate them, and sell them for very high profits each month.
All right, so that is the entire project. Now, just imagine for a sec, if you had 5 different houses selling a month at a profit of $50,000 to $60,000, how much would your life change? This business is so repeatable and so easy to do, but there is so much fear and doomsday out there that if you listen to everybody who is telling you not to do it, that is the reason why you should jump in and do it. So that's all I've got for you today. I've got some other projects that I'm gonna go check out, and plus I've got some closings to attend. So if you wanna learn more about this business, if you wanna learn more about house flipping in general, tune into the next video. Do you remember the foundation guy? I mean, he was doing all of this work without hearing protection. I mean, he looks like he was straight out of a mountain area somewhere just to do this job, and then he's going back to wherever. No hearing protection, no eye protection, and I'm down here like plugging my, and he's just, what'd you say?